Morning everyone. We're going to be moving, if I can point in the right direction, the girls and Hida from the 14-acre field into their barn field, which is their summer turnout. Not quite sure how good the footage is going to be. Got my GoPro here. The girls are coming down in a minute with the feed so that we can get them all into the right area, and hopefully we'll bring you some nice footage of them. Might just put their heads down and eat, but usually they have a good gallop around. Preparations for moving everybody. That's Hole trying to restart the quad bike, that noise in the background. But what she's doing is she's got all their feeds. She's taking them out of the 14-acre into the little field across here. Because whether we let them through on the track or let them through across the beck down here will depend on what the ground's looking like right now, once I've checked it. So at least they can eat their feeds and just be nice and relaxed and happy that they've been fed before they come through here. It's going to get mugged now. It's always Renska. Keeps away from the drama. She's usually the last one in for her feed because she's sensible. Keeps out the way. Now you see, this is the reason why we're not going to let them cross through this gate, through the beck here, which they usually do, because as you can see, it goes very deep, and although they know this, it's just not worth the risk right now for them to go pulling tendons or ligaments when they don't need to. So I think we'll stick with taking them down the track. That's it, they're all settled in there. It was very uneventful. They're very nice and relaxed and happy. So just one little gallop around, but that's fine. Now the girls and Hida moved across to their field. We've come down with Rainbow Boy, Nero. Hole's just gone in to go and retrieve Uber, who will come down into the orchard to babysit him for the day. That's Cheeky. Of course, the grass is very tasty. I'm very pleased with how he's moving with that right hind leg where he's had the hock fused. I thought he'd be a little bit stiff this morning, but he's not. He can have another full day out in the field. Look at a handsome boy. He thinks it's a girl. It's Nero. Were you not quite sure from a distance?
listeners.
Yeah, your building, the stable stage didn't pass inspection.
Did it not?
No.
Are we going to have to close down?
You are. I'm sorry, I'm afraid, but Anne said so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of people to answer to.
Well,
Why didn't it pass?
Because there's too much paint on the floor from the painters that have just been in to paint it.
I don't want to go in and have a look.
It's bad for the environment. You're polluting the environment.
I think more of a concern is that we'd be polluting our horses.
There is that.
Not that I put the horses before the environment, but you know. No, in all seriousness, Lisa and Hol have been refreshing stable stays. So Holly pressure washed it out the other day, cleaned all the bedding out, and now you've done the white paint. Are you doing the black paint after? Or have you already done that?
No. I don't know, we could do it today if we go up to the tape.
It's entirely up to you.
Ooh, maybe we could.
Yeah, Holly likes her painting. You usually only paint in grey though, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, watch this space, everyone, because I will be adding additional paint to our wish list. Because ideally, which we could do within the next week or so, because I would like to get everywhere up there smart for the open day. So if anyone was planning on getting anything for this place, paint would be fantastic, so thank you very much.
And
But
that
if
would
you-
keep Hole happy.
It
And
would.
we
I'd
like a happy
actually-
Hole.
I got so excited when I discovered that we had some grey fence paint already in the workshop, but we just need a little bit more. So I will be adding that, because it's
Wonderful.
nice for everywhere to look smart. For
Oh,
the
it
open day.
is, yeah. And you've been doing a really great job of getting everywhere tidied
Yeah,
up.
we started the mission and now Lisa's here. You know, we're going to have a work-in till 10 at night.
So for those who didn't pick up on it in our live this morning, Lisa gave us a surprise visit this morning, made me absolutely speechless when she turned up in the office. So it's really great to have you back.
Thank you.
And again, for anybody else who hasn't picked up on the fact that this is Anne who's doing the sponsored run, the sponsored 10-mile run with Hole on the 19th of May,
Yeah.
all in aid of the sanctuary.
Yeah.
We're doing it early in the morning.
Yeah, which is why I'm not coming.
Yeah, that is actually...
I know. I only get a lie-in on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Can you live stream to me through the GoPro? No. Okay. All right, I'll get up. I've got little Icicle here, little Iceman, because Jodie's still off lambing at the moment. So I'm doing a little bit of work with him, which has been really lovely to do. Yesterday we did some groundwork, because he's always, if you've listened to Jodie's videos, you'll know that he gets very tight through his shoulders. He's quite weak behind, and certainly after the groundwork yesterday, I found that he's worked this part of his body particularly well, and he's a little bit stiff in it today. So I'm just going to be doing a little bit of ridden work, fairly gentle, just helping him to loosen through his shoulders and engage his hindquarters. He doesn't look terribly excited about it, but hopefully he will be once I'm on. Did a little bit of groundwork, then we did a little bit in the arena, and we're just coming down the road. And there, behind the little Dexter cows, you can see all the girls' ears and Hidda standing in their favourite spot in the barn field. And then, down here, we have Uber and Nero, who had a night out. As well as doing the strengthening work and the muscle building and suppleness work in the arena, it's nice to start getting them out a little bit more, just to help with their cardiovascular fitness, which they retain a lot just because they're out in the fields the whole time. But it's nice for them to get out for little hacks as well. Over there is Hannes, stood by the beck. There he is, stood over by the water. And little Princicle, he's down the end. Then we have just over here Uber and Rainbow Boy. For those who didn't get to join us live on Wednesday evening, this is the 9-acre field, the main haylage field. There's little Princicle down the bottom. Little Iceman is having a nice outing, but I think the rain's just about to start. We have got some very black clouds up there. And then of course it's important to finish a session with a treat. And what better way than with one of the apples that have been very kindly donated. What do you think? Is that tasty? Can you not crunch it? Oh, sweetheart. Was that tasty, Iceman? Do you want the other half? There you go. Now I think we'll give him a little bath. He hasn't got warm. It's quite a chill wind today, but his coat is looking a little greasy. So we'll give him a good clean up now. Iceman's had his bath, and because he's going to be working slightly different muscles when he's working with me as opposed to Jodie, I've brought him in here just to spend a bit of time under the infrared. Clearly the food is far more interesting, but he can dry off in here, and just that infrared solarium will just help if he's feeling any aches and pains in muscles that he's worked. Renska's turn now for a little bit of groundwork before she goes back and joins everyone. She's still in the height of season, aren't you, Ren? So loving all the boys. Oh, Ren. You want to go off and find Teddy Bear again? He's down over there. And Anya's around somewhere. Lisa and Frey have been busy painting the rest of stable stays today. So I'll take you down there and show you a little bit. And they've just headed down the road to go and get Hidda in for a bit of a pamper. Micah, who I'm going to take out with Annie. Doubtson, if I've got time. I'm going to do a bit of work with her as well. But I've got a meeting with a lovely guy called Steve tonight, who originally, several years ago, developed our website for us. And I've got a meeting with him this evening just to talk about how it can be upgraded, because apparently Wix offer a lot more on websites now to make them a little bit slicker, a little bit easier to work with. So anything that helps with the technology and making life a little simpler on that side is all good. You don't really care, do you, Ren? You're just looking very, very sleepy. We'll go and do some stretching. That was such a cool ride last night, the live. She's so amazing, this mare. Love her to bits. Auntie Ren. Now, isn't that typical? There's me saying, where's Annie? She's somewhere. And she's taken full advantage of the fact that I've taken one of the barriers down to go and stand inside the area by the friendship barn. You have an addiction, Annie. You're addicted to the friendship barn. I really don't mind, as long as she just doesn't poo on the gravel. Her ears are skew whiff again. She likes that look. Don't you, Annie? Ren, Anya is still very disgusting. She's actually peed outside. So she didn't poo, but she peed. Iceman's still in there, under the solarium, munching away. Hey, Yodel. Hey, Neeky Nose. I brought your Auntie Renska back. Look, it's the three nieces with their Auntie Ren. Spesh's up there, busy filling her tummy. She's probably going to have a muzzle on at some point, or come up and be on a diet up in one of the top fields. Because like Mabel, she gets a rather round tummy. I'm quite keen to see how the little guy is moving. I'm hoping that he'll walk towards me and that he's not just stood there resting his leg because he's too sore. Medication wise, he's on an Equiox a day, but we could give him some paracetamol as well on any days where he's struggling a little bit more. So he is resting it. I think he's snoozing, but that's a little unusual for him to not walk over to me. It's probably because he knows I want him to. Nero! Are you going to walk a little bit for me, sweetheart? Hmm? You're very handsome. So you can see how he's resting it there. But again, I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again, it is going to take up to 12 months for it to fully fuse. He was having a walk around earlier, but I am tempted to keep him out here rather than walking him up and down the hill every day. You just like posing as a statue, don't you? I think he's mesmerised either by the cows over there or by the fact that he can see the girls at the bottom of the barn field. So he's got a little bit of a belly on him here, but obviously he still doesn't have muscle up on the top here, on his top line and on his quarters. But hopefully he'll build some of that naturally out in the fields now. It's a typical Friesian thing to just stand like a statue for a while. That's Hannes in the background over there. You were snoozing, weren't you? Right, you're going to have a walk now. Come on, Nero. Come on. Come on, sweetheart. Should we take that little bit of sleep out of your eye? There you go. You've got twigs in your forelock as well. You're putting your head in the hedge. You're not eating my fingers. You're not eating my fingers. Right, come on have a little walk. Nero! Nero! Come on! Come on! Come on, let's have a little walk. Come on! Come on, let's have a little walk. Let's have a little walk around. Oh, yeah, you're sore. Yeah, he's very sore. So, what I'm going to do now, yeah. And this was one of the risks of him coming out. And they did warn me up at Rainbow that he was going to have times where he was really sore. So I am actually going to take him back up the hill and pop him back in the turnout up there. And I think he can have a few days back in. Uber, let's put you back out with the others. Your babysitting duties are over for now. And obviously now we're walking up the hill. Yes, he's not walking 100% on it, but he is moving it a little bit better. But we're going to give him some paracetamol, let him stay in the turnout for the rest of the day. And this is something that he's going to have to learn to manage over the coming months. And he'll slowly build that strength up. And hopefully this won't give him too many problems as time goes on. But you know, they are smart, and he will slowly learn how much he can get away with doing. And at the moment, he doesn't quite understand that. He's proper marching up the hill now. Aren't you? Was it just that you wanted to come in so you could have all the attention inside? Probably. He just had a little jump there because there was a car going down the road. Good boy. So Nero's in his turnout. And look at this lovely lineup. Lisa, stop hiding from the camera. I love it when we have several of them parked at their tie-up place. Both sides are your best side, Lisa. There's little Floppy Doo, Peppa Pig, you can see the belly. You might have to wear a muzzle soon, Peppa. Annie's bottom, Frey. Speaking of bottoms, that was Micah trumping down the end. Doubtson, Micah. So Frey's very kindly got Annie ready for me to take out. So I'm going to ride her as part of her fitness regime and take Micah out for a little trip out as well. Anya's still looking quite brown, but that is all her winter coat. She has got her summer coat slowly coming through here underneath, and you can see that that's nice and black because she is generally very black. These two have been an absolute delight. I think Micah's thoroughly enjoyed it. She's been up alongside Annie most of the time. Makes me think I should drive them as a pair, but I don't know whether I want to drive Micah. She would make a lovely driving horse, and I did start the training, but it does put a lot of wear and tear on them. Back at the farm, there's the lovely sign that Tamara and Bailey painted. While I'm in the office this afternoon, Freya's just come in with a special delivery. Sandra is obviously back because the tiffin cake is back. So that's why Lisa and Kaz are there. Freya's had some. Tamara, how many pieces have you had?
2.
Oh, wow. I've not had any. And is there going to be any left for Hole when she's back in tomorrow?
Probably not.
Not.
No, I'm going to go in a minute. I'm going to... It talks to me, so I'm going to walk away from it now.
Okay. Maybe you should take a bit for Jodie as well, because Lisa, Kaz and Frey are off to go and see Jodie and all her lammies. Are you going to take a bit for her?
I'll take a bit for her.
Yeah.
She might not get it.
That's so
It might
bad.
in the car, but it
Yeah.
might end up somewhere else.
Oh
But
dear.
yeah, no, I will take a bit.
Cool. Nero has taken himself to bed as well, so he can have a little sleep. And rest and recover, and we'll see how he's doing in the morning. He's not the only one in bed, because Teddy Bear's taken himself to bed as well. It's obviously just that time of day. Meanwhile, Annie's having a snooze in the middle of the barn as well. Do you think we'll ever get that to stay over that ear? I don't know whether we will, Annie. Maybe your new rug will sit better. Eh? So 3 very tired beasties this evening. Annie, she had a trip round the village. Teddy bear has just done his usual wandering. So Nero isn't the exception with being tired. You know, just all sorts of things. Grass in his belly, being out and about in the field. And part of it will be he's a little bit sore. I've just come out of the office after a meeting with Steve from SF Web about upgrading our website, and Annie's out here, and look, she's got her other ear out this time. So it's not just your right ear, it's your left ear as well. And now I'm off to Kendal with all the bug rugs to go and see our printer and finally get them printed up. Oh, and look, the babies are out of bed. Hello, Nero. Do you feel a little more refreshed now? He says, I'm still sore. I'm still sore, Mum. Oh dear. Oh dear. You can have a rest and a relax for a few days. We'll keep the meds up. Teddy bear's out of bed as well. I'm busy munching. You've managed to get a strap undone. Let's come and sort that out for you. That's all the bug rugs loaded up into the car and off to the printers. And there's Twix and Dee. That's little Dee there with the white bit on her chest, which she's not going to show now. Twix. And I believe MK might have been spotted on the live earlier with Nero, because she often runs across in front of the friendship barn. So they've not all made friends yet, but hopefully they will in time. Hey Twixie. Yeah? What's up? Hello, gorgeous girl. Yes. Say hello to everyone. There you go. You can see Dee's white mark on her chest there. You're very vocal, aren't you? You're always very vocal. I'd love to know what you're saying. I'm just back from dropping the rugs off, and I've just spotted this beautiful horse which was gifted to us by Jen Pemberton a couple of years ago and was looking a little faded. Is now black again, and I believe that Bailey painted him after he got back from school today. He's absolutely gorgeous. He's made of wood and he stands just past Mum's cottage, just before, let me turn you round, Jamie's wall in the front there. So he looks over the entrance. So there's been lots of painting going on today. So not only our beautiful black horse here that Bailey's done, but also inside stable stays. So Holly started this with cleaning it all out, getting the bedding out, pressure washing it. Did all the painting of the white yesterday, and then Frey and Lisa have painted all the black. So there's just, it might look a little bit rough around the edges, but that's just because there's still the tape on here that divides the black between the white. But what a wonderful job they've done. It all looks nice and shiny and clean. We've got visitors in here on Saturday with Jubbers. He gets to christen the newly painted stable. Anyway, that's all from me for tonight. Hope you've enjoyed this video and see you all again soon.